Hello again. Sorry, I haven't been posting anything or doing any updates recently. You know, some of my subscribers have been leaving comments going, "Hey, I wouldn't mind an update on your situation." And I'm like, okay. I've been kind of sick. I don't know what exactly it was. I thought I had an ear infection. I was having terrible headaches, and it drove me to the emergency room. And the doctor looked at my ear and said, "I don't see any signs." But by that time, I was starting to feel a little bit better. I don't know. It might be my wisdom tooth might be, you know, uh, giving me some problems and making me have headaches or something. I don't know. It doesn't hurt. I don't know what it was, but I was having headaches and they're pretty bad. I feel better now. And I've been dealing with this Social Security and Medicaid. I got it too, by the way. I mean, they gave me Social Security. I'm getting SSI and I'm on Medicaid. I still have a few more things that I need to get it totally squared away, but it's done basically. I've already got my first check. Um, so a lot of the things that was keeping me busy and preventing me from doing anything are over with now. Um, really quickly, in the next few days, maybe Wednesday, I'm going to start a bike tour. I'm going to start a bike tour into New Mexico. I'm not going to be posting in real time. I was thinking about doing. I'm like, why be so paranoid? Just post in real time. And I was telling my sister that, and she's like, "Don't do that. Wait until you get back and then post it." I'm like, "So you don't want people to know who you are exactly when you're there, do you? I mean, most of the people watching are people of goodwill and like you, but you never know. You're getting some real negative comments and basically veiled threats. It's like, oh, you're right. I do. I get a lot of that. I get people that really hate me, that are hate watching or something, I guess. And they leave really crappy comments. And some of them are kind of nearby, I think. I don't know. It's just caution would tell me not to be on like a bike tour or a kayak trip and post in real time. The next couple of days, I'm going to start this bike trip. It's only going to take me 7 or 8, 9 days. I'll bring my phone, an SD card reader, and some of my back catalog, and I'll start posting those. To be perfectly honest with you, I think I've not quite wrung my back catalog dry, but it's getting real close. I've got a bunch more videos, but the video quality's terrible. You think some of the stuff I posted now is bad. There's some that are even worse. And some of them I'm just simply not going to post because there's just one camera I had, and I had it for a while too. I was kind of like, thought my attitude was subconsciously, I'm never gonna have a YouTube channel. And I was kind of like just going through the motions, and I was using this camera that was glitching, and it's just terrible. It's going in and out of focus every 5 seconds. I'm not posting those videos, okay? But I got some other ones that are on a pretty decent camera. That's not glitching at all. It's not the best video quality, but good enough. A lot of my back catalog, I've gone through it and I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, you've redone a lot of this stuff. You've done the same bike trips over and over again. You've done the same train trips over and over again. Like, I've already posted 3 California Zephyrs. I've got 2 more of those. I've got 5 California Zephyr trips. Do you really want to see 2 more? Maybe. Uh, I've got like 2 or 3 bike trips between where I'm at now and Dallas. I've got to pick one of them. There's one of them that I want to post, but my little sister has them, and I'm trying to get her to send them to me, but it's taking time. She's got her own life to live, so I've got to wait for her convenience. There's this one that I took that was the last part of the COVID lockdown bike tour between Midland and Dallas, and I want to post that. So if I get my hands on that, I'll post that. But I got some back catalog that when I'm on the bike trip, I'll take those along with me and I'll post those. And when I get back from the bike trip, I'll post that. Now, the real big news is I've taken a close look at my finances and my health as far as how I feel. And I'm seriously considering, not just seriously considering, I'm going to try and do a kayak trip starting the 1st of December. I know that sounds crazy. It's like December. But I'm going to be heading down south. I'm going to be getting down south rapidly, going into like Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana. Okay, and it ain't that cold in the wintertime there. And December is not even deep into the wintertime yet. I'm thinking about starting even before December. like November, the middle of November. I'm thinking of leaving here like the 15th of November on the Greyhound to the city my kayak's at and taking a lot of supplies with me. I think I have enough money to take the Greyhound there, have a storage space waiting for me at the end of the line where I want to stop, and a Greyhound back to here. And some additional supply. I think I'd be able to afford the water maker. I think I'll afford one of those decent camera drones. Not a real drone. They've got some new technology now that are these little things that fit in your pocket. They don't fly way far away, but they'll get like 10 feet away from you and orbit you, or stay in one spot and film you, and that sort of thing. Or they could turn around and take panorama, you go do a 360 shot of all your surroundings. And I could get one for like $150 that you don't have to fly it. You just push a button on which mode you want it to do and let it fly out of your palm. I'm going to get one of those. I think I have a couple of cameras that are decent enough to where I can just use, because this lady sent me these SD cards that I lost in my backpack and a camera. So I got that camera back that I had several years ago, and it's decent. So I think I'm just going to use that camera and use the Vivitar that's kind of cruddy as a backup, just in case the other one takes a crap. And I'll have a camera drone. I'll have a water filter where I don't have to have a bunch of bottles of water on me. I'm going to have additional hatches I'll install in the kayak. I might get the turbo fins. I might get, because it's going to not be exactly warm weather, so I might have wetsuit booties and leggings and top and hoodie, a hood, or a cap, wetsuit cap, a kayaking neoprene to keep me warm. I'll bring the food along because I have a special diet right now. I can't just eat just anything. So you can have a little stove, and I'll basically go full on carnivore when I go on the trip. Just packages of tuna, packages of chicken, packages of beef jerky, maybe some nuts. And when I first take off, I might have a dozen eggs, some vegetables. But once those run out, I'll just be eating meat. It's going to take me about a month to do the trip. But if I have all the supplies I need, to where I don't have to leave the river, I can just stay on the river and not go into town, I could probably do it pretty quick. So sometime around Christmas, I might be done with that kayak trip and back here and able to upload it. Just depends on how my health is. I have the finances for it. But it'll be real close. Yeah. Just enough. And then I'll have to just take stock of my health. I mean, any day now, I feel pretty good. I'm actually getting in better shape. I'm training as hard as I can. I'm half the man I used to be. There's no doubt about it. COVID knocked me down, and I was starting to make a comeback. And then I got this cancer, and it was making me feel pretty bad. But then I got on this protocol that these people are advocating for, and they say it works. And I'm following it pretty strictly. I'm getting some pretty good. I'm testing my levels of glucose and ketones in my blood. I've got a blood tester. I'm not getting quite as good of the therapeutic levels they're talking about, but my sister keeps claiming they're setting the bar really high just to where people will shoot for it. She said, I'm seeing other people online, and they're like going, nah, that's the maximum, that they're shooting for the moon there. And the levels I'm getting to are supposedly therapeutic. We'll see. I feel pretty good. But of course, every doctor, like I went in to see the doctor the other day about my headache. And at first I was telling him I have stage 4 lung cancer, and he's looking at me, you look pretty good for stage 4 lung cancer, dude. I'm like, well, it's a pretty recent diagnosis of 5 months ago. He's like, you look pretty good. You have stage 4 lung cancer? I'm like, yeah. I mean, how do you know? I'm like, biopsy? PET scan? He's like, okay. Like, I knew what I was talking about. I knew the tests that you have to run. He's like, where'd you get these? I said, Northwestern Medicine in the Chicago area. He's like, hey, my daughter's a doctor at Northwestern Medicine in Chicago. I'm like, that's nice. But anyway, he took off and started doing other things. And when he came back, I'm pretty sure, because he was my doctor at that point, so he had access to my medical records. Pretty sure he checked. When he came back, he was all concerned. Now, all of a sudden, his attitude changed. He's like, dude, you need to get an oncologist. You need palliative care. I'm like, nah, man, I'm doing alternative treatment, and I'm foregoing the standard of care. He's like, you're crazy. Blah, blah, blah. He was like, you're going to need at least pain medication. They're going to have to do this. He started giving me all this advice and all that stuff. My point is that I'm doing this alternative, treatment, but you go talk to real doctors, And they say, you're crazy, dude. It's like, hey, dude, I have stage 4. I'm going to die anyway, right? But, well, yeah, but what? That doesn't work. Well, standard of care is not going to cure me either. So what are we talking about here? He said, well, at least you're going to need a pain specialist. He said, because I can't prescribe you pain medication just one time. If you come in here and your cancer is giving you agonizing pain, you better have a pain specialist already. But anyway, that's all said and done. I've got Social Security and I've got Medicaid now. There's a few more things to fine tune it, exactly what plan I want. I've got to get my Social Security direct deposit. They send me a check the first time, but they're like, you need to switch to direct deposit. So I got to do that. But I just wanted to do an update. That's how I'm doing. I seriously plan on doing some further adventures if my health will permit me. I'll know a lot when I do this bike trip because, not to give too much information away, but all of New Mexico is pretty desolate, okay? It is. It's 75 miles between towns at least, no matter what route you're taking, anywhere. So I'm going to be pressed. I'll know exactly what I'm capable of. I'm not in that good a shape for bike riding right now either, but if I can get to where I'm wanting to go and back, it'll give me a gauge of where I'm at as far as being able to tolerate adventures. And I'm taking a big risk on the kayak because I don't know. I just don't know. I won't know if I'm in shape enough for it I won't be in shape enough for it, but healthy enough to withstand it until I actually start trying. I could bite the dust hard if I do this. I could spend a substantial sum, take all the effort to go down there, get on the river, and just collapse and have to barely drag myself into the next town I can get to and just abandon everything and get in there and go, I'm dying. I don't think so, but it's definitely a possibility. So we'll see. And it's going to happen really quick. 30 days from now, I'm going to be heading that way. I either got to pay another year for the storage space to keep it there longer, or abandon it and let them have the kayak to auction it off, or go there and launch it into the river. Anyway, like I said, I haven't been posting much and there has been no updates recently. And several people have commented like, hey, thanks a lot. We're worried about you. Really? Okay. Thanks for your concern and sorry, I hope you guys are all doing good and have a nice day.